Hello friends, welcome to Etabs 2016 learning series. In this series, we'll learn to model, analyze, and finally create structural drawings of simple building. In the previous video, we'll learn about the various ways to initialize the model and finish with defining grid and story data. In this video, we'll learn to define material properties and learn different ways to accomplish that. So let's get started. Open your previous model of the building. Each element in the building, may it be beam, column, or slab, is made of the certain material and has certain properties. To consider mass of the material and its mechanical behavior, we need to define material properties so that later on section define could assume it and simulate the behavior in the real construction. Now let's go ahead and define material properties. Click on the Define tab, the fourth one from the left. Select the material properties. That will pop up a window that one has two sections, one that lists materials already defined and another to click to define material properties in certain way. If you want to add a new material different from the material listed, then click on add new material. A small window will open and you have here option to select predefined material properties respective to your region you are in, and you can also define your custom material. Now let's see what add copy of material does. If you have a material on the list, then you can select a material property on the list and click the add copy of the material. This basically copies all the property the material has, and you have option to rename the property, choose material type you want, change the directional symmetry of the material to be isotropic or orthotropic. Basically, isotropic means same property in all directions. The material having the same property in all directions, like glasses and metals. And the orthotropic means having the mutually perpendicular planes of elastic symmetry at each point, like wood, rolled metals, and many crystals. You have option to view your model in different way, and you can choose color here too. Also, you can add notes to the particular material if you want. Below that, you have option to define density in two different ways, mass or weight. Whichever option you select, that becomes available to edit. And the next one is calculated automatically. After that, you have a pane to define mechanical properties. Here you can change the modulus of elasticity, Poisson's ratio, and coefficient of thermal expansion. The value of the shear modulus is calculated automatically from the relation with MOE and Poisson's ratio. Just below that, you have design property data. Click over this and you will see the minimum and max, and you will see minimum and effective values for yield stress and tensile strength of the material, which is basically from the elastic curve. If you remember, you can edit depending upon the material available for the project. Now click OK. Now let's go ahead and see what modify soap material does. This is option you would like to use if you want to change the property of material you have already defined or already on the list. So let's go ahead and select the material, select a material and click modify soap material option. Now again similar window pops up, and windows and the options are same. The options also depend upon the material type I have selected. As you can see how options change dynamically. For this video, we will define few material properties. So let's go back, click OK, and add material property. Here, I will be using region as India. If your region is not listed, then you may choose the user. In that case, the standards for the material will not be available, and you have to define material property manually. First, I will define concrete. So choose concrete, and in standard, I already have Indian. Or you can choose user. If you do, then the grade will not be available here. I'll choose M20 as a grade of concrete. For this model, I'm using M20 for all the sections. However, you can choose separate grade of concrete for column and beam slab, which is good if you have a good quality control on the site. For simplicity, we will use M20 only here. Now click OK. The familiar window will pop up. Here I will leave everything as it is because this is exactly what I want. The last form on the material property data I forgot to explain is advanced material property data, where you can define nonlinear, damping and time dependent data for material which are useful if you are considering nonlinear property of material, where you can define nonlinear, damping and time dependent data for material which are useful if you are considering nonlinear property of material used for dynamic and time history analysis. Here we are not going for nonlinear analysis. If you are, then this may be of your interest. In future tutorial I will try to cover this type of analysis too. Second thing is additional material damping. Click over this and you have the option to define damping ratio, which is basically from 0 to less than 1. That can be used for responsive spectrum or model time historic load cases. And there is a viscous proportional damping below, where you can define mass and stiffness coefficient, which is used for the direct integration time history load case. Now another is time dependent properties form. Here you can select the time. Now another is time dependent properties form. Here you can select the time dependent property you are considering. Time dependent type defined as per the standards or your own, and method for the formulation for CRIP. If you want to define for the time dependent property yourself, then choose user in the time dependent tab and click on the modify show option. To the bottom part you have option to view plot of the defined data. Here we do not have anything as we have chosen user and haven't defined anything. This plot is flexible to view. If you have chosen any standards in the time dependent type form, and you will see the plot. We'll talk more on this in coming video series. For now just click OK. Now let's go ahead and add material for reinforcement. So click on the add new material. The process is same as previous. Here you need to know the difference between steel and rebar. Steel here means the structural steel sections which are used for construction of steel structure, while rebar specifically means the ones used for reinforcing. Here I will select SYST 500 and keep all the properties as is. I'm using SYST 500 for the longitudinal bar and SYST 415 for confinement bars for stirrups, that is for stirrups. I recommend you verify your rebar material strength and change accordingly. As only RCC is going to be used for this tutorial, no need to define other materials than grade of the concrete and rebar. So this is all for this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Like, share and subscribe.